We are live from the NASCAR Motor Speedway.
Hey, Jason, this is the parking lot at the middle school.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Fine. But it's still the weekly update with Zachary Fuller and Jason Payne.
Happy Friday, Spartans, and welcome to the weekly update, episode 29, week of April 23rd, 2018. I'm Zach Fuller, and Mr. Payne is with me on camera right now.
I'm on the camera.
And we are going to take you on a tour of all the places that are problematic in our parking lot and where we would like people to exercise caution as they come onto our campus. And I'll start by saying that all over our campus, the speed limit is 15 miles an hour. So as you traverse from the high school to the middle school to Erdenheim to Enfield, it's 15 miles an hour on campus. Please keep that in mind. This space right here is problematic for us because often when we have a line of cars during pickup or drop-off, we have people passing each other on the left-hand side. That's causing a problem for us. Sometimes it's staff, sometimes it's parents, but it's causing a problem for us because it backs up traffic at this intersection. So as you come up this way in the morning or in the afternoon, please keep it a single file line to avoid trouble. And remember, it's 15 miles an hour. This week, we have two things this week in review. We had PSSA Math on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. We administered the PSSA Math exams, and that will conclude PSSA testing for our 6th and 7th graders. Our 8th graders still have science. And report cards were issued this week on April 19th. So you should keep your eye out for report cards if you haven't seen it already. And you can contact teachers with any questions or concerns about grades. Mr. Payne.
Hi, I'm standing in a similar place to where Mr. Fuller just was to talk about traffic and flow and safety for students. So this intersection, when you come up the hill in the morning or the afternoon, please stop somewhere in this area and not blocking this intersection so that traffic that comes from our cafeteria, our busing and such, and some of our students with special needs get picked up down there so that the transportation can come cleanly through and exit the campus. Please do not sit in this intersection. And the week ahead, we have science PSSAs next Tuesday and Wednesday. It won't mess up our school schedule. It won't mess up our school schedule. It's for 8th graders only, and we will do a great job of sequestering a portion of the building so that they can test, and everyone else will stay in class. Coffee and a Conversation on April 24th. We'll be hosting Optimizing Communication with Your Child. It examines parental perceptions related to cooperation and respect and how perceptions might ultimately impact a child's behavior. 6:30 in our library on April 24th. Next Friday, really cool event we have going here. It's a half day for students, so parents know that your children will be leaving school at 11:10. But during the morning, we're going to orchestrate a basketball tournament, a grade level basketball tournament that will ultimately land with one student group to play the faculty in a championship game at the end of the school day. There's t-shirts for sale that are $10 a piece. And that all of that money will then go to the American Heart Association, and that's who we're working with to fundraise for. If you are interested in a shirt, we'd be happy to sell one to you as well. Please send in money with your child. And I'm going to kick it to Mr. Fuller, who's over at the drop-off spot for other news.
I believe so, yes. All right, in other news, we have changed the date of our incoming 6th grade parent orientation. That's not going to affect most people watching this video, but we have changed the date to May 10th from April 26th because we were conflicting with Erdenheim's incoming 2nd grade parent orientation. So just to clear things up for families and to make things smoother, so if you're in one of those two situations, please know that. Our t-shirt fundraiser is happening right now. There's a link in our newsletter for you to click to get your Spartan t-shirt. Our Keystone exams are coming to all of our algebra students at the middle school. There's some essential parent information down in the newsletter. You can click on that, read all about the Keystone exams in Pennsylvania. The PSSA letter is still there. Our 8th graders will take the PSSA in science next week, so you still have an opportunity to read that information. We will take that out of there as soon as our students have finished testing. I want to say a big congratulations to Katie Eckert. She has had the opportunity to sing with the Philadelphia Orchestra as part of a world premiere of something called Philadelphia Voices, and this also opened a door to give her a spot for a really cool performance at Carnegie Hall in New York City. So congratulations to Katie. We have Penny Wars coming up to fund our day of service on May 11th. So between April 30th and May 4th, we're going to hold a coin drive among homerooms. There are all kinds of rules to it. It's a game, and it's there to raise money for Day of Service and for our charity that we've adopted called Face to Face Germantown. We have our cheerleaders at the high school who are holding a Parents' Night Out. That Parents' Night Out is on Friday, May 4th, and it's for children K through 5. And they'll participate in all kinds of activities with the cheerleaders at the high school so that you can get an opportunity to have some probably much needed alone time. It is $20 for the first child, $15 for all additional children, and there's a link down in our newsletter with more information. Starts at, doesn't say when it starts here.
It's on
May
details.
4th. It's in the details. We are holding our day of service. Our day of service still needs materials: peanut butter, jelly, oatmeal packets, cereal boxes, Dole fruit bowls, boxes of raisins, tea bags, granola bars, gallon Ziploc bags or similar, sandwich bags, blank cards.
Where and when would you like those, Mr. Fuller?
I would like those in the main office as soon as possible, all the way up through and including our day of service, which is May 11th, 2018. If you look down here, you'll see a drop-off line. We had this line painted at the beginning of the year. It would really help us if you could pull all the way up to the line when you are dropping your child off in the morning, because that really helps them. The cars get through here quickly and makes everybody's day easier. So I'm going to kick it to Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne is down there along Bergen Road with some additional traffic information. Mr. Payne.
All right, so we are here at the first turn when you come in off of Bergen Road, and I'm gonna fight, I hope you can hear me, I'm gonna fight the leaf blower that now has decided to leaf blow right behind us. This is a really tight turn, and there's a lot of cars that are stopping here to unload or load children. This isn't a really safe place to do that. We ask that you continue up by the main entrance and leave this opening as open as possible. Stay on your side of the road. And sports. So next week we have home games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tennis and girls lacrosse are here on Tuesday. On Wednesday, baseball, softball, and tennis are home. And then baseball and softball are home on Friday. There's links to the complete schedule down in the newsletter. And as always, remember that there's a lot of flexibility needed in the spring. We are moving and canceling games due to weather on a fairly regular basis. That about wraps it up. So, Mr. Fuller, if you will close us out. This is Jason Payne.
And this is Zach Fuller. And for everybody here at SMS, make it a great week or not, the choice is yours.